possibly even start to ask you about it, except to ask what your memories are now.
They're wonderful memories. They're warm memories. And they're my memories.
You made 11 films with Richard Burton. One of them, Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, many people feel was your greatest challenge and perhaps your greatest performance. Do you feel that?
It's my favorite film.
In Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, you did an imitation of Betty Davis.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Can you do it for us? Or do you remember the line?
I remember the line, yeah. What a dump.
Hey, what's that from? What a dump.
How would I know?
Oh, come on. What's it from? You know.
Martha.
What's it from, for Christ's sake?
What's what from?
I just told you. I just did it. What a dump.
Betty Davis. You know what she says? She says that more people think she says it that way because of your imitation than the way she said it in real life. Elizabeth, I cannot sit here without asking you what I'm sure everybody wants to know, and you probably know what's going to come up. Do you think of marrying again? Do you want to marry again?
I don't know. I've thought about it, but I've been single now for 5 years, which is a record. And I like it.
Do you?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I really don't know. 2 years ago, I would have said, yes, I think I will, once more. You know, I'm a real diehard. But I'm not sure anymore.
Why not? What made the difference?
Well, I haven't been terribly successful. I am different now than I was before.
Can we assume that you and George Hamilton are just very good friends, as you say you are?
Well, just very good friends sounds like it's such a cliche.
Yeah.
We enjoy each other, we have fun together, we're extremely fond of each other, and we're having a great time together.
When you hear people say, Elizabeth Taylor, now she's a legend.
That always sounds to me like an obituary. I don't feel dead yet. People have asked me why I don't write a book. Because I'm still living it. My life is still writing chapters. I'm not ready to sit and contemplate the past. I'm too busy living the present and looking forward to the future.
Isn't that amazing? The film that gives you your first Oscar was the film you probably hate the most.
Yeah.
Elizabeth starred in some of the biggest films of the 50s and 60s with some of the most compelling leading men of the era. Among them, James Dean in Giant.
I guess you're about the best-looking gal we've seen around here in a long time.
Skipper is...
Paul Newman in Cat in the Hot Tin Roof.
Maggie!
Maggie, the cat is alive! I'm alive! Why are you afraid of the truth?
Truth!
And then in Cleopatra, Elizabeth met her match, Richard Burton.
I want to be free of you, of wanting you.
Elizabeth says sparks flew from the moment they met. In Cleopatra, when you felt that you were falling in love, was this something that you tried very hard to resist? All of that turmoil, all of that stuff that we read about?
We both tried very hard to resist, but it happened on the first day of our working together.
Really?
Yeah. It was just like, boom.
Did you feel it was inevitable?
Yes.
And the rest, as they say, is history.
History. Taylor and...
She did come very close, however, with Richard Burton. Their relationship was electric and tempestuous and highly controversial. Elizabeth was swept up in a life of excess and worldwide fame and world-class partying and a love affair to remember.
She had most of the lines. She said, how the hell does one say, whom dost thou lovest best?
They gave the paparazzi 3 years of scandalous photographs and headlines. Elizabeth and Richard held impromptu press conferences wherever they went. The affair was so blatant that the Vatican condemned them, and the couple was denounced in the U.S. Congress. Finally, Elizabeth divorced Eddie and married for the 5th time. Together, the Burtons adopted a toddler named Maria. They lived like royalty, becoming world-renowned jet-setters. For the Burtons, the 60s was a decade of almost unbelievable extravagance, parties, drinking, and diamonds. Burton bought her the 33-carat Krupp diamond.
Stop it, Martha.
The Burtons made 8 films together, including this one, Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. Her fierce, unglamorous performance won Elizabeth a 2nd Oscar.
Big, fat,
Stop it, Martha.
I hope that was an empty bottle, George. You can't afford to waste good liquor.
The story of an unhappy marriage seemed to parallel Elizabeth's life. In the mid-70s, the Burtons divorced, then remarried and divorced again. It was the end of a 14-year passionate romance, the longest of her life. What went wrong?
Perhaps, it sounds silly, I think we would have been married again. I think we were...
Very rich, very sensuous, and of course, the color alone is one of her passions, violet. And I think that cutting the gown with a décolleté neckline is a very good look on her, and certainly a look that she loves. I think the one word that would describe Elizabeth Taylor, especially anyone who's ever looked in those eyes, is breathtaking.
Doing makeup of an Elizabeth it's a dream. She's so beautiful. Her eyes are so magical. The best things to do on her is try not to change anything on her. You know, like you do on makeup, sometimes you change the shape of the eyes or the size of the lips. On her, really the best thing to do is just accentuate whatever she has on her face, which is beautiful, and not to change anything.
I believe Elizabeth's hairstyle fits her very well. First of all, it's very today, 1980s. And on top of it, it fits her, all the things she is. I mean, sexy, feminine, sophisticated, glamorous. Obviously, she's full of passion, and also she's not afraid of taking risk, actually. She doesn't mind to go into incredible changes and doesn't really mind what people say about it. She loves it, she's passionate about it, and she does it.
And now women everywhere will be able to experience the passion of Elizabeth Taylor and maybe, for a moment, capture the mystery and romance that has always been a part of her magic. Any other products that you might be interested in, or other entrepreneurial aspects of Liz Taylor's life?
Oh, maybe a nice jet.
Yeah, that would be nice. In the meantime,
to get around and to sell my
shows. Today we're going to talk to Elizabeth Taylor, the mother, the grandmother, and as you're about to hear, it's the role that she values most in her life. I'm back with Elizabeth Taylor, and we were both sort of stumped there for a moment about what that theme was, and that's from Giant.
Yeah, I didn't
Another
remember
picture. Is that one of your favorites?
Yeah, I enjoyed making
Yeah,
that
one of
a
mine
lot.
too. What's your least favorite film?
There are so many, I couldn't begin to list things
gotta
you've
be
never
one.
heard of.
There's got to be one that makes you shudder.
Have you ever heard of a film called The Big Hangover? The Girl Who Had Everything.
Stop.
There's one born every minute.
I don't even know those titles.
You're lucky.
We just saw your children, and did we see some of the grandchildren, or those were
No,
just the
those are
kids?
all mine.
Four children.